10 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm looking at where I can reasonably drive to, looking at the latest HRRR models. These endpoints are the furthest I can possibly travel before the storms would catch up with me. And so here, my original thought is somewhere near Effingham would give me safe, give me time to reposition north, south, east, west, whatever direction I need to move. But looking at it more, Louisville might be a better option because I have lots of escape routes in north, south, east, west again, just like Effingham does. It kind of depends on how the setup goes. And I don't particularly like I-57, which runs kind of alongside the storms, which would mean I could get caught or trapped because of the storm direction moving generally this way. Whereas US 45 is much more better having that north-south direction, or US 50 having the east-west direction to it. Whereas both I-70 and I-57 are kind of tilted in the direction that the storms would be moving. And so I might feel safer going further to the south. So my hypothetical chase target as of Tuesday is Louisville, Illinois. It's about 8 a.m. Eastern, and here's my problem. You look at the damn 3K, it only has this line of severe storms located in Missouri at 23Z. If you go to the HRRR, it has the same line, but ahead of it, it has these isolated supercells. Now, National Weather Service in Paducah, Kentucky, which includes where I would be chasing at, probably somewhere right here, mentions that there may be more than one round of storms. Some have the line of supercells followed by the squall line. Other line only have the squall line. So I really don't know what to do at this point. I'm hoping the later version of the NAM 3K or the HRRR resolve one way or the other and get into some sort of agreement. Because if it's just the squall line, I can't chase it. If it has supercells first, I probably will go. It's worth noting that since yesterday, they filled in this 10% region between the two areas to be a 10% hatched where I would likely chase. And I want to highlight this half of the sentence here that says there is concern for more isolated long-trap supercells from central Missouri into central Illinois. That's what we would be chasing. If we have those isolated long-trap supercells, those are perfect to chase. They're isolated. They're supercells. There's no other storms around them. It's just those supercells isolated from one another, very safe to chase. But again, if there's a squall line and not that, we can't chase it. You can see this really well on the paintball models here. You really see the supercells here in southern Illinois, and then the squall line somewhere behind it. That's what the paintball models show. Again, this is a whole bunch of different models kind of put into one image. That way we can see the agreement, the disagreement, and there's disagreement. All right, here we are, a big moderate risk now in place. High outlook upgrades likely both here and here, according to the Storm Prediction Center. That's not all. The problem is my timing at this point. It's about noon Eastern time, 11 o'clock Central time. I can make it to Effingham by 4 in the afternoon, Springfield or Peoria by 5 in the afternoon. I don't know how far west I can make it in time. I'm going to have to leave soon if I'm going to go, and I really kind of want to go, so we'll see. I mean, you just look at this. This is wild. These are major supercells all throughout Illinois. I'm trending to head more north than I originally was. I was originally thinking somewhere down here, and there's still probably going to be cells, but my better chance is going to be up here, which means probably north of Springfield, somewhere near Peoria, Bloomington, Decatur, something like that. I don't know which one of those two I want to go to. All right, we're going. I think my original plan, go to Champaign, Illinois. So a bit further north than I originally wanted to, but closer to high risk or incoming high risk, as the case may be. I have drone, GoPro, minor medical things, flashlight, blanket, things like that. Let's go. All right, again, most important thing before every chase, we have to get fuel. So we're getting our fuel right now. Again, an original destination is going to be Champaign, Illinois. We'll see exactly what happens. It's going to be less than a tank there, so I should be able to get there on one tank, and then I'll fill up once more before I head back home before the squall line starts. All right, we're just entered Illinois. We're filling up for more gas because I'm now heading, I think, to Decatur. So we're going to go to Champaign, Urbana, then south to Decatur, and hopefully see something there. in Peoria. As you can tell, it's super windy right now. If not by the hair, certainly by the wind noise on the thing here. But anyways, getting gas. Probably going to get food now because now is probably my best chance before the storm. I probably won't eat it now, but we'll at least get it. We'll have it in the car and ready to eat when it is time to do so. I'm going to do a radar check, SPC check, things like that, see how things are doing. See, it's a thing. One of the other things I do on this table is taste test stuff. We have Hardee's here, and it's a Friday in Blount, of course, which means fast food is not the ideal, but I asked, I'm like, is there any chance you guys have a fish sandwich? Because on the menu there was no fish sandwich. She said yes. So wow, that looks like a chunky fillet. Look at that. Okay. The hot. Not too fishy. Oh, look. Wouldn't it be awesome to see a tornado right here? Like, fields on every side, everything like that. Unfortunately, that's not going to be the case. I'm still about an hour away from where I'm going. I'll talk more later. I'm in tad south of Decatur. There's a tornado warning somewhere down that way. There's another one up here. I think we're going to go for that one, but it might require me driving further south. Yeah, so I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I might stay here, honestly, because it's a nice open field aside from the wind. But you know, see. Okay. See you guys soon. I made the executive decision. We're chasing the cell. We're heading south. So I'm in Assumption, Illinois, I think, which is in like Christian County, which is kind of cool. See, Assumption. Okay, cool. Anyways, the tornado's somewhere down there. There's another one up there, just like I've been saying. I'm not convinced I'm going to see anything. It's looking kind of ragged down on the south side, which is what we're trying to chase, because the north side might turn linear at any time. I'm going to sit here and look at the radar, see if I should move. I might just stay here. I got a nice view, so we'll see. So I then decided to head further to the west, and I set my sights on where the X is on this map here. That was a 50-minute drive. As you'll see later on, I end up heading north after that towards the Springfield cell because I wanted to see a tornado. Turns out that if I had just stayed where I was at, I would have seen 2 tornadoes, both before sunset at that X location. So that's unfortunate. All right, so we can see some scud outside here. I'm in the car because that wind is just wild. I suppose I can shut off the car though. Yeah, so maybe something might come here. If so, I'm positioned so that it's to my northwest, which is where I would like it to be because that's the safe side of things to be on, especially when there's a hail chance like there is today. So we're kind of going to sit here, maybe head a little further back to the north. I don't know. Stay tuned. So at this point, can you blame me? I mean, I head northward because I have to. I mean, 30 miles to my north, there are multiple tornadoes ongoing. Large tornadoes, a classic supercell, and it looks like nothing is going to develop where I'm at. Of course, I'm wrong, but I got to chase the big cell. We're driving to the north now, GoPro, because I use the GoPro while driving because it's safer. So here's the deal. There is a classic supercell likely producing a long duration violent tornado, or at least a strong tornado, east of Springfield, Illinois. I'm making my way back to the northeast towards Decatur and going to try to see it off to my northwest. It's a long shot, but I think it's the best shot I have of seeing something today. And if I don't see this, I'm probably not going to see anything unless the cell southwest of the one I was thinking, the one I'm talking about, also develops into a supercell, which certainly could happen. Stay tuned. I'm beginning to see some definition. I'm now on I-72 to the west of Decatur, and we can see some definition along the lines of the clouds here. The goal at this point is for me to get ahead of the storm, and then from there get in position to see a potential tornado. Again, I can see more or less what's going on with this storm at this point. Stay tuned. I have the GPS set to home. Saw some lightning there, I'm sure. Maybe it was in frame. I don't know, because my eyes are on the road. But I wanted to show you guys what I've been looking at. Just that, basically. A nice cloud. And haven't seen any lowering or rotation. But then again, I'm not particularly looking for that at this point. I can hear tornado sirens while I'm driving, despite the wind noise in my car. They did reissue the warning. It does intersect I-72, which is what I'm on. So the goal would be to stop on I-72 south of where the tornado would cross. So, I mean, if there is a tornado, which I'm not convinced of at this point, unless we see one right here, and I don't see one yet. We've got an occasional lightning going on, so it kind of backlights that so we can see if there's something there. Of course, I can't, and I won't go frame by frame until I edit this, so maybe there is something there. I don't know. We're still heading that way. There's still a tornado warning. Again, the GPS says home, but it just so happens there's still a tornado warning to my north that I care about while there's still daylight for the next 12 minutes. Don't quote me, but I think maybe there's a funnel right above those trees just to the side of that pole, right behind the pole right now as I speak. Could be, might not be. I have no idea. See you guys soon. Again, a nice view here. Don't know if it's this one or this one, but we'll see. Wind just really picked up around the car. Again, it could be either of those wall cloud looking things that could be a funnel. There appears nothing to be on the ground at this point. Stay tuned. I believe that we have a funnel. Don't quote me, but one of those has to be a funnel there. I think it's the one that looks more funnel-like. Again, don't quote me. I think we have something. I'll stay on it as long as there's daylight. This is honestly just wild at this point. Like, lightning is crazy. There's definitely something going on there. And according to the spotter network, there is a rotating wall cloud at this point. So it could drop a tornado. And if it does, I'll get off safely. I'll take photos, all that fun stuff. Stay tuned. I mean, it looks nice. It'd be really, really cool if something dropped. Preferably in a way that I could see it when it drops. But I'm not convinced any of that's going to happen. As you can see, the lightning's still going, so am I. I mean, again, heading home. Come on. Like, I can't tell if there's something ahead of me. I think it's just the low clouds. No idea, to be honest. I mean, it could be something, but the lightning doesn't light it up for long enough. There's other stuff off this way. Again, the same old that we've been seeing. That was nice lightning. And maybe I can freeze the frame and see a tornado. I have no idea. That's what it looks like, everybody. I mean, again, I'm going to have to go through frame by frame when the lightning looks it up in post and see if there's anything there. And I will count it as my second tornado if there is something there. But, well, I mean, wow. At this point, pretty crazy. There might be something. Maybe. I think. I don't know. I don't want to say anything, but there could be. There really could be. There's something there. Probably just a funnel cloud, but there's something there. And maybe when I get home and look through all this video, I'll have seen the second tornado of my life. Maybe. So the storm over there is still tornadic, but I have yet to have seen anything. I mean, maybe we'll see something now when I go through these clips. Just simply filming this to maybe see something on the horizon that classifies as either a funnel cloud or a tornado. Highly unlikely, but I suppose there's a chance, and so we're doing it. again, we're heading home. Tornado warning storm to the north, squall line to the west. It's going to be a race. And we'll need gas in about 100 miles. So it'll be fine. There's a chance that it's a thing. Although, if you're seeing this, that probably means that there was a thing. If you aren't, it probably wasn't a thing. Hopefully one of those clips can see something. Listen, I think there might be something. Don't quote me, but there might be. Maybe not. Kind of also helps if I have the camera in the right area and if I can see it or not. I don't know. So my first or second gas stop was really over here, but here we are. I needed gas, and while I was at it, I might as well take a look at these bases to see if I can see, you know. I'm well ahead of the storms now. Yeah, whether or not I can see anything is up for debate. Of course, the wind is still going. Come on. I mean, I couldn't tell you until I literally go frame by frame on this, right? Because, I mean, this is anybody's storm. I mean, there could not be. I honestly have no idea. Wow. If I were to take a guess, I would say we don't have any storms, or tornadoes. So I'll fill up the gas and get going. One more recording for fun, because, you know, it really looks like there could be something out there, doesn't it? I mean, it's also just me wanting to see a tornado, but, you know, all that fun stuff. Maybe there is something. It has a PDS warning now. Oh, it might. So as these videos here play, you can see this system continues to produce tornadoes. It produced like 10 or so separate tornadoes, including into Indiana, where I eventually go. But I got away with a few things that I saw. Nothing too crazy this go round. Over the course of March 31st, we saw at least 2 funnel clouds and up to 2 tornadoes, depending on how you kind of really count it. The first funnel cloud I saw at 7:14 p.m. near Cisco, Illinois. It's pretty clear because the daylight is still existent in that photo. At 7:32 p.m., I saw another funnel cloud near Bonneville, Illinois. That one is very clear on the video. I pointed that out earlier. And then at 7:46 p.m., we saw what was likely the Ludlow EF1 tornado from Urbana. And it's kind of difficult to see exactly. And then at 8:09 p.m., as we were driving near Oakwood, Illinois, we could see the Rankin to Wellington tornado, and that one is pretty clear, I feel like, also in EF1. This is the closest thing to a tornado we got on the whole trip. The car is covered in dirt. Oh, theoretically not anymore.